Hi guys, I am back with another video. Today I will be showing you how to do what I consider large. This is somewhat large. You can call it medium, whatever you want to call it, but I call it large because it's about 25, 26 braids and the boxes are pretty large. So I'm going to show you how to do knotless. Knotless braids is very beginner friendly. When I tell you it's probably the easiest way to do your braids, it's a lot easier to braid somebody else's hair. You're sitting there going like this. Add a hair in. Add a hair in. It's easy. It's very simple to do somebody else's hair. But when it comes to your own hair, you got to do this. Or you got to turn your hand back like that. It's a little bit harder. So I'm going to show you a very easy and beginner-friendly way of doing this. So y'all stay tuned. Go ahead and thumbs up the video. Go ahead and thumbs it up right now. Go ahead and subscribe while you're sitting here, while you're waiting for me to get started. Go ahead and do that for me. Thank you. So we're going to start out with this Shine Jam. I use Shine Jam for my parting. And I put it on the hair too when I braid. Now Shine Jam, it helps me part. Put it in the part and then, helps it get a little bit crispier. Now this part at the bottom, I probably shouldn't have put those at the bottom. I probably should have added those to the ones that I'm have up above. Like they're too small. So I go through and I pre-part ahead of time. So that way I know how many I got. If I need to change a part or something, instead of while I'm braiding, I look and I'm like, oh, well, shoot, maybe I shouldn't have done that big, or maybe I should have done this, or I shouldn't have done that, or maybe I shouldn't have had that many parts, or maybe I should have had more parts. So this makes it a little bit easier. Now I go through part and put the rubber bands on. I don't braid it with the rubber bands on. The rubber bands are just to hold the parting space. Now I went through and did all of this, went in my room, and laid down and put my bonnet on after I did the parting. This took like 45 minutes. Did the parting, took 45 minutes, went and laid my little butt down, and I kind of, folded. You'll see in a little bit. I kind of folded them all up, and they was just like went straight like they were. But it don't matter because once you put in the braid, put the jam on there, you're good to go. So here I'm just showing you. I did a little quick little something. I didn't show y'all every little part that I did. But I showed you for the most part, but y'all just see my parting spaces. See, there we go. And this is the hair that I use. Now I'm going in and I'm starting to braid here. I put on my Shine Jam. Now I separate my hair in 3 spots. Here my video taking ain't that good because I got the camera sitting up. Here I'm showing you how to braid it. You see, you start braiding, then you add hair in. This is an okay way to do, but for the most part, I like to separate it into 3 parts and just start to braid. See, I put it in between my pointer and thumb, that piece of hair I added in. And then I braid over until right piece of hair is hanging out. Then I go in and I add 1 more piece. I put one side in my pointer and thumb finger and I hold it. And then the piece that's left out, I had a piece of hair hanging, so I had to pull it off. But the little piece that's hanging off, my hair hanging off, I put it there too. Then I braid over until I get my right hand clear again. Then I add another piece of hair. I'm shaking it off because I don't want like the little pieces of hair that's hanging. Put it in between my pointer and my thumb, and then a piece of hair that's hanging. The other piece goes there. I don't know if I'm saying it's good enough for y'all, but anyway, I start braiding. And then I try to make sure that it's flat. When I get to a part where I feel like I'm comfortable to turn my hand over, I twist my hand over to make it easier for me to braid my hair. It's like I said, when you're braiding somebody else's hair, and I'm putting Shine Jam on to kind of lay my hair down with the other hair. But when you're braiding your own hair, it's not as easy. You got to be able to turn it around and all of that type of stuff. But when you're braiding somebody else's hair, of course, it's so much simpler to braid somebody else's hair. Man, I can get their box of braids done probably in an hour, hour and a half. The hardest part of braiding somebody else's hair is getting the parts done. But anyway, I'm adding hair here. So I add a piece of hair and I take it across to the left side and the right side. The piece in the middle will be the one that don't have any hair. I'll show y'all that a little bit later to make it a little bit easier for y'all to see. So I add 3 while I'm at the top. Then when I get to the bottom, I add 1 more piece. So I'll show y'all how that's done and I'll talk in the actual video then. But I don't like when my parts, like I have my parts and then I start braiding and the hair is thin at the top. It goes thick, then thin. I'm like, that's not how I like mine. Other people might like theirs like that. I can't with mine. I need mine to be thicker at the top. So I don't need it real thin and it's going thick. I think that looks weird. Like that's not how your hair grows. Your hair is thicker and it's sometimes thinner. But a lot of people that get their hair cut even, you know, it's the same all the way down. But you're not going to see somebody's hair thin at the top, then go thicker and then thin. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. But anyway, I'm going to show you again here. But like I said, the best one is when I'm actually talking in the video. That's the best one to see. Because these, I was all out the camera. That's the thing about when you're doing your hair and you're trying to do your hair on the camera. It's not as easy. So I put the shine jam on it. Split it into 3 pieces. I take the piece of hair. And I put 1 piece on right, 1 piece in the middle. Now I kind of try to smooth it. And then you got the one that's hanging on the side. You take that one under. And you start to braid. Now that little piece of hair that was left out with no hair attached to it is going to be left out. Now you take another piece of hair. Had to make sure it was straight. Put it up under there. Put it in my pointer finger and my thumb. And the other piece that's hanging off, you put a piece of hair with that too. And you start to braid. You braid again until right end is empty. Get another piece of hair. So this will be the third. Put it in the pointer and the thumb. And you start to braid down. Now you keep braiding down. See, I always check it to make sure it's not bumped up and all of that stuff like that. Because when you're doing your own hair, sometimes you can't see that. And you see here, where my hair is gathered up, my actual hair, you can go back and straighten that with a comb. But then you start to braid until you feel comfortable to be able to turn around. Now at this point, I get some more shine jam, but at the same time, I make sure the end is not tangled up because you don't want to keep braiding it and then it gets real tangled. And you got to let the hair go. You got to go through all of that. Now, I know y'all can't really see me braiding right here, but that's not really the part you really need to see. Because if you're a braider, you know how to do this part anyway. So I just finished braiding it down. I put a little shine jam on it all the way down until I get to the part where I need to add some more hair. I don't put too much all the way down. A lot of people do, but then I get to this point. I get to just braiding all the way down and braiding fast. Now I'm gonna show you a few more. I'm gonna let you watch these and see if you can pick it up. But like I said, the one that you're gonna see the best is gonna be the one where I'm actually talking in the actual video. So I take the shine jam, put the shine jam on, try to comb it through just a little bit, just a little bit. And then I split it into 3 pieces. This makes it so much easier for me. I can take it, like if I'm on somebody else's hair, I can just take it and go. But when it's my hair and I'm trying to look in the mirror and your hands seem wrong and all that, it makes it harder. But anyway, you take the hair, right in the middle piece, you add it to that. Now you got this little tail that's left of your hair. You take it under. You grab the piece that was on the right and you take it. And you keep braiding. And then you have the little tail that's left. You add more hair. You put it into pointer, thumb, and then the little piece of the hair that was hanging, you add a piece to that. So then once right pan is empty, you take another piece and you add it to your pointer, your thumb, and then the little piece of hair that's hanging left out. You put a piece of hair with that. So now at this point, each piece of hair has 2 pieces of hair, if you notice, because it's 3 pieces that I put in there. So each piece has 2 pieces at this point. I wait till I get comfortable and I turn over and I start to detangle. Right now I'm detangling the hair, and then I start to kind of overhand it, like going in. You'll see how I do it. And as I'm doing it, like I said, I'm detangling to try to make sure I'm good. And then I start putting a little bit of the jam on there. And then I'm getting it. I'm getting it. So of course, you know, I fast forward this part. But anyway, so I go down and I keep braiding. I add in my piece of hair. Like I said, I'll show you more detail of how I add in the last piece of hair. But the last piece of hair is not that thick. You see me checking the thickness to make sure it's good. The last piece of hair is not that thick. It's just more so for length, and then it's starting to get a little bit thin as you're going down. But I want it to be the same thickness as the rest. So once again, we take the 3 pieces. I already put the shine jam on there. Take 3 pieces. You want to add the hair to it. You want to go in and start to braid it. Now when you braid it, you have that piece of hair that's sitting out. You want to grab the hair, pointer, thumb, piece of hair that's left, you add it there and add it there. Start to braid. You want to add in pointer, thumb, piece of hair that's hanging out, add some. You want to braid. Yeah, you got to get them tangles out of there. Get them tangles out of there. You don't want to mess with them tangles. Now here I'm just going on. Like I said, a lot of the stuff you couldn't really see in the camera, so I cut some parts out. But for the most part, you can kind of see what I'm doing. But I'm going to show y'all when I do the other ones. I'm going to talk to you about it. Now, like I said, with this, I feel like it's easier for a person that's like a beginner. They can do this to their own hair. Like I said, doing it to somebody else's hair is so much easier. So much easier. Now here, split it into 3. Take the middle and the side. So you got 3 pieces. Push that back. I'm gonna take the front one and the middle one and put the hair up under it. And see how thin my hair is on the side, and I'm still able to do this. So I want to make sure I got it. My hair keeps slipping and stuff like that, but you want to have that piece back there. You want to have those 2 pieces in the front. Want to make sure you're holding them good. You take the 3rd piece under. You start to braid. Now you got that piece that's left out. You want to add some more hair. I always got to shake my hair off because it be pieces falling. Then you want to put it in the pointer and the thumb. And then the other piece you want to put with the pieces hanging out. You want to braid in some more. You want to get one more piece. You want to put it up under the pointer and the thumb. Put it up under there. Then you want to have that piece go to the piece that's left out. And you want to braid down. Braid down till you feel comfortable enough to be able to turn it over, because you don't want to turn it over too fast because it get the twisting and all kinds of stuff. So now my hand is free. And then now I want to detangle, because you want to hold all those pieces so it don't slip out. And you want to start braiding. Now I put shine jam on here so the little hairs won't be standing out. Now shine jam to me, the extra hold shine jam to me, you see how the stuff is on my hand. But anyway, the shine jam to me really holds my hair down for braids. It was years ago when I was using this. I used this for braids a long time ago, and then I forgot about it. And everybody started talking about it again. I was like, oh shoot, I did used to use that. Let me go back to that. Because I used to use like the brown protein gel too, which is good because, you know, it's good for your hair, the protein gel. A lot of people don't realize it's good for your hair. And I get the braiding now. Here's the piece of hair that I add in, the 4th piece. Now I take it And you see it here? I added to this piece, the outer piece. Now you see the middle piece right here. And I add the other piece to the outer piece. Now, the middle piece, you take it back and you start to braid. And you go, so now you're braiding and that piece is in there and you can't even tell you added the piece. Sometimes it'll kind of be crinkled. You have to like straighten it out and stuff like that, but I'm not worried about all that. But or what you can do to get the crinkles out is put it in the hot water, and that helps get the crinkles out too. I was sitting there singing and stuff, but anyway. So I know my hair looking crazy, but this is where we are so far. It's turning out pretty good. It's not taking me long to do it at all. Like, I'm getting this done real quick. The longest part that I feel like took so long was the parting itself. I like to part ahead of time so that way I can just go and take the rubber bands off and do it instead of parting as I'm going, which makes it feel like it's longer. Took me about 45 minutes just to part it. And I got this part done in about an hour. This part, and this is almost half of my head, so I'm thinking probably another hour, so it'll be about 2 hours and 45 minutes for the whole head. And then you add on dipping the ends and stuff like that, curling or whatever you do, probably like 15 minutes. So I would say a total of 3 hours for that. So let's go ahead and keep going, y'all. I'm getting it done. Y'all know my little edges is thin, so I'm trying to make it to where, you know, don't look too bad. But this is where we are so far. I'm kind of liking it. I don't want them too long. They're kind of long, but I don't want them like extra long like everybody else be having them past their butt. Mine is reaching my butt. But that's where we are so far, y'all. Now I have left these two in the front. Now, like I told y'all, my hair, you know, I have hair problems. I'm still able to braid my own hair. That's why when I put these rubber bands on, most of the time I try to cut them off instead of trying to get them off. That way I don't have to worry about them like messing my hair up or doing nothing crazy to my hair. I don't know, my edges is like thin and all of that going on. So, you know, here it's kind of thin, so I kind of try to make it to where, you know, it works out. Feed ends the easy way. Y'all excuse my fingernails because my fingernails is looking crazy because I did put some rinse in my hair because I do be getting little grays coming in. Y'all know I got them grays going on. So I usually do like this. I usually put in 3 sections like that. 1, 2, and then 3. So I'm going to turn this way because I braid like this. I can't braid to the front of my head like that. Now if I was braiding somebody else's hair, I'd be able to do that. So I got to turn to the side so y'all see it. Okay, so you see this one, you see this one, you see this one. Now I'm going to hold the front one and the second one in the middle. And I'm going to put one side, that last one over there. Put one side with the middle, one side with the front. Okay, let me put it together like that. And then I got my last piece over here. Now I take and I grab my piece that don't have any hair with it. And I braid it in, and now that piece is there. Now I grab more hair and I take the one side and I put it between my thumb and my pointer. And then the other piece is sitting out. I put it with my piece of hair that's sticking out. And I braid to this hand is empty again. That part is out there. Then I put a third piece. Now I put the piece in my pointer and my thumb. Put it up under there. And then this other piece go out with the piece that's hanging out. And I just braid on down for a little bit. So I get comfortable to where I feel like it's gonna stay. Then I have to turn over like this because my arms are gonna get tired going that way. Then I go ahead and, you know, straighten it out because it'll get tangled up. You keep braiding too much, get tangled up. I loosen my right hand because I'm right-handed. Might be different for left-handers. I put some of my Shine Jam to smooth my hair down. And get to the next part. Smooth that side down. Braid again. Then I want to keep smoothing down like that. And then I'll go ahead and braid. Now me, there's 3 pieces of hair that I put in. I'm gonna put in a 4th piece. Now, like I told you, the very first piece I put in is my biggest piece. The 2nd and 3rd piece is about the same size. Now, my very first piece is not that much bigger, but my 2nd and 3rd piece is about the same size. Now, I'll braid down until I feel like it's starting to get thin. I don't want it to get too thin, because then you don't want it to look bulky when you put this extra piece in. Now, the 4th piece I put in, see, it's over here with this side. The other piece is over here with this side. Now, this middle piece is going to come back around behind that piece, and that's going to continue my braids. So then you can't even tell it's connected. You won't even be able to tell the difference in it. Now, I do this for a little bit down the shaft, and then because that one piece did not have any extra hair put to it, I take a little bit of the ones that have hair that was put with it. About a little bit of that, so all of them could be the same thickness, because you don't want the thickness to be different. And then sometimes it kind of get, so you have to fix it because it get a little twisted. And then you just braid it on down, and I usually braid close to the end of it, and then I let it loose because I'm gonna have to re-braid the ends anyway. Sitting here braiding the other ones, they unravel until I put some hot water on them. So that's how you do it. Okay, so this is the finished product of my braids. I consider them large. You might not consider them large. You may consider them medium, but my parting space is pretty large, so I can consider them large. I got about 25, 26 braids in here. This is what the back is looking like. Now, these ones at the bottom, I think I might want to go back next time and not put those there and just make these bigger here and like pull this down to here, the parting down to here, but put these into there instead of making these 2 extra ones at the bottom. But I guess it don't matter because I'm gonna wear them down all the time. But that's what we're looking like. Hopefully y'all can see that. And like I said, it is about 25, 26 braids, something like that. This is what we're looking like, and I'm loving them. Now, this is what the ends look like, y'all. I'm actually coming back to do this part. It's like 3 days later, and I did not like heat the ends. You know how you put it in the hot water? I didn't do that. I just left them because the way I'm braiding mine is so skinny at the ends. They're not unraveling anyway. Hadn't unraveled yet. They've been good. Because I was thinking about curling the ends or putting curly hair at the ends, but I was like, no, I'm gonna leave it like this, so that way next time when I braid my hair or whatever, it'll look even better. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked like I did something different. I have a different look. So this is what we're looking like at the top. I'm loving it. Most of the way I do mine is beginners because I want something simple, easy. I'm not trying to be here all day braiding my hair. Like I said, this only took actually 2 hours and 45 minutes. 2 hours to braid, 45 minutes to part. I was gonna dip the ends, but I ain't dipped that, so it only took me 2 hours and 45 minutes. Remember, I was saying 3 hours because I was thinking it would take 15 minutes to dip the ends. But anyway, this is what we're looking like, and I am done. So here we go. Y'all know I'm not all that extra with the baby hair stuff. I just kind of did something. The reason why some people don't like baby hairs. I'm okay with baby hairs. I'm okay without baby hairs. Me, I kind of have to do baby hairs because I have hair on my forehead. You can see right here. Like, that's not hair pulled from back here. This is hair I have on my forehead. Most of this hair is actually on my forehead. So think about it. If I pull that back, it's going to be sitting all the way out here pulled back, and it's going to look weird. So that's why I go ahead and do the baby hairs, because it's going to look weird. I try to push it back. But anyway, this is what we're looking like. It comes back about to waist length, butt length in the back. So, all right, y'all thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Banger Plate Gang. Y'all make sure y'all comment down below if y'all want to see how I do the goddess braids. But anyway, y'all subscribe to all my channels. Make sure you check me out on social media. Check out my IGT page. Shop with your girl. The hair Now, the products that I use for the style will be in my shop. So go shop with your girl. Go shop with your girl. Go shop with your girl. Got a few other things in there if y'all want to see certain things in the shop. Because like I said, the shop is not like my actual products. It's somebody else's products. But I showcase the products and I get like a small little percentage. You know, and basically when I get a percentage, what I do, I go back and I buy products again to do these videos. So it's kind of helping the channel if you want to say it that way. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. And as always, be blessed.